Hello and welcome to the first portion of my Balkans road trip, Slovenia, a country I am in love with. I started my trip here because out of all the airports I looked at flying into in the Balkans, this was my best option from Germany. But heck, I really could have driven down to Slovenia if I wanted. Renting a car in Germany is more expensive than Slovenia though, so I decided I wouldn't get a car until I got in the zone. If you fly here, just know that the Ljubljana airport is extremely small and quiet, which was fine with me. I actually took a shuttle into town and didn't pick up my car until the third day of my trip. If you stay right in the city like I did, you really don't need a car to get around. You can walk everywhere, you'll save on the cost of a rental car, and you'll save like $20+ per day for parking in the city. I stayed at the Best Western, which was centrally located and pretty nice, but the best part was the free breakfast buffet. Because I had been to Ljubljana before, I didn't feel any great need to see certain sites. I just headed out and explored, did some shopping, went on a sweets binge, ate delicious Korean food from the sweetest older Korean couple, saw the Slovenian National Ballet perform Giselle at a terrible theater, and of course I got some roasted chestnuts, since this was the place I tried my first roasted chestnut ever 10 years ago. And I went here. In the beautiful Tivoli Park sits this abandoned hotel. I didn't go too far into it because it seemed like the kind of place a weirdo could be hiding in, and it reeked like pee in there. The hell? It says Epstein didn't kill himself, or Epstein didn't kill himself. Bruh moment. This hotel was called the Bellevue Hotel, and it was built in 1909. It passed through several owners' hands and was actually turned into a nightclub in 2005. It was damaged by fires and sold again in 2009 with plans to restore it back to a hotel. Obviously, that ain't happening. It's kind of crazy that a place like this is in a popular park right by city center. After a couple of nights in Ljubljana, I took the shuttle back to the airport to get my car so I could head to my next destination, Lake Bohinj. If you remember in my last video, I said I was very happy with Auto Union, but only had one minor issue in the beginning that I tell you about later. Well, here was the issue. I originally had this car. I was pleased with the size because I wanted a smaller car, and it had great trunk space that fit all my luggage, and it got good gas mileage. But I think it's safe to say this was the world's shittiest rental car. First of all, I didn't realize how many kilometers it had on it until I was almost to Lake Bohinj. I've never had a rental car with that many miles on it. Second of all, the car could barely accelerate. Every time I would give it some gas and I I'm talking even slowly give it gas, like pulling out of a parking spot, it would lurch so bad. Anytime I accelerate, I literally feel car sick because it's like it like chugs all weird. So I'm texting with them to see if I can swap it out, and they said I could for like a bigger car, which would be a price increase. I'm like, okay. I didn't know if it had a transmission problem or what, and at first I thought it was kind of funny having such a wretched car, but I knew that I would be taking a lot of mountain roads and driving in it every day for a month. This car would just not be up to the task. I texted Auto Union to see if they had another car with less miles I could swap it for. They said the only other cars with less miles were an upgrade to the next class and would cost another 183 euros. I feel like they purposely use the worst cars for the basic rental in the hopes that people will decide to make an upgrade to get an actual normal car. And if I wasn't taking all those mountain passes, I probably would have just kept the shitty car. But knowing my route, I decided to go for the upgrade, which I am so happy I did. So, back to the road trip. My next stop was Lake Bohinj. Now, Lake Bled gets all the attention because it's so picturesque, but I wanted to stay somewhere not as touristy, so I opted for Lake Bohinj, which is the largest permanent lake in Slovenia, and I'm really glad I stayed here instead. It was so quiet and peaceful. Because you pass by Lake Bled to get to Lake Bohinj, I stopped here to walk around the lake before I checked into my hotel. It was very beautiful, and I'm sure on sunny days it's spectacular. When I drove past there again the next day, a Saturday, it was super busy, and I can only imagine the crowds it draws in the warmer months. Well, my first stop after the airport was Lake Bled. I decided to do that today and save this lake, Lake Bohinj. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Bohinj. But anyways, this one's like a really long walk, so I wanted to get started early in the morning on this one to do the whole lake. Lake Bled you can easily do in an hour and a half, and that's with like stopping to take pictures and stuff. Today was kind of just like checking out of the hotel, getting the car, seeing Lake Bled really fast. A lot of the shops were closed, and a lot of it was just like really touristy stuff, so I didn't really care to like poke around there other than to do the loop around the lake, which is pretty flat and easy, and it's pretty, and I like the Alps in the background. It's really nice. My second day in Lake Bohinj, before I went to swap out my car, I hiked around the entire lake. It was foggy most of the hike, but I loved it that way. Why he's feeding the ducks. He's scared of them. There's that pretty church. It's the Church of St. John the Baptist. Let's see what it says. Tickets. €3. And to visit the bell tower, another 3, or combined 5. Huh. Apparently they have a forest dormouse. That's cute. So you can go around the lake, the whole lake. I'm gonna take the nature trail, and then on the other side it runs along the road. But I think either way I'm not gonna be able to see the lake very much, so. I really love this forest, how foggy it is. I feel like I'm in like Sleepy Hollow right now. Isn't that fun? I love when the weather's bad. I think that's an outhouse. Isn't that cute? It's sitting right there on the water. Look, they have a barbecue pit. Oh, I think I see more mossy covered roofs. And then, isn't that pretty how vibrant that is? There's the water right there. Comes right up to the house. Very cute. Oh, I just gasped when I saw this. I would love to see a red fox. There's a parking lot here. Clearly, we are in low tourist season. There's only 2 cars in the parking lot. So, some people online said that the one side you can see the lake, but you go against the road, which they don't like because of the cars. And then the other side that I'm on is more naturey, but they're like, you can't see the lake. Okay, pretend it wasn't foggy. You can totally see the lake. One thing I love about these foggy mornings is just the way the like neon green moss and the orange leaves pop against the gray blue skies. Really pretty. It's just nice to be out in nature, and you can see the water ripple a little bit. It's pretty and clear. I'd love to see it on a sunny day. There were 2 older ladies back there that I passed. I saw them bending down to pick stuff up, and I was like, there's not really mushroom season right now. And when I got near them, I saw that they had different types of plants in their bags. There must be different kinds of plants here that you can like eat or use for, you know, herbal medicinal stuff. But yeah, they had their little plastic bags full of plants. This part of the trail seems to be more rocky and more muddy. Make sure you've got sturdy boots on. But other than this area, the trail is pretty manageable. It's like pretty flat. There's a little bit of undulation in the trail, so it's not totally even and flat. And there are varying size rocks mixed in. So it requires a tiny bit of sure-footedness, but it's almost just like a walking trail, basically. It's not quite like a hike, I wouldn't say. It's like Bavaria, except in Bavaria they would have like Jesus on a cross. But they have these on like nature trails all over Bavaria too. They're very Catholic. You can see like somebody's farm back there, whatever that is. There's like a wooden hut with stuff in it. Cute. And they have like a very natural fence around their property. Isn't that cute? I love ducks. So here, if you start from the other side, whoa, it's water, man. Oh, cool. Oh my gosh, I love that. So they have these, look at that cute house, and then just beyond there is the lake. Look, you can make the animals. And then it has like information. Everything's written in Slovenian and English. Here's the little huts. Look, house to rent. And they have this cool carving right out front. And there, I guess you can rent those houses. By the way, you can practically ice skate on this wood, so if you come here during the wetter months, be careful. So the trail says it's called Ferryway Trail on my map, but it will take you right along this beautiful turquoise green river. Look at that. Look, they have a wind chime. Oh, doesn't really sound. It just sounds like a metal stick hitting a metal stick. Come out of that wooded area and look, there's like little huts. I love this fog and this mist. It's so pretty. I love it. Look, it's like on stilts. What in the heck? I think that was like a weird outhouse or something. I don't know. Mountain ponds. Look at that. And there's camping here. They have electric things if you want to like plug in your RV. There's the bathroom and the sinks. And they have like paddle boards, canoes. I don't know, I just made that up about paddle boards. They have canoes. They have ice cream, bakery, vegetable, fruit. Wow, if you did like a road trip with camping, this would be a great place to go. Look at that, up in the forest for the kids. Very nice. Look, the mountains, the fog is lifting right as I'm finishing to go get my rental car. Oh wow, such is life. There's the mountains by the lake, but if you look over to your right, you also have mountains up there. So you have nice views all around you. And look, there's the road, but there's no cars, so it's really not that bad. Those mountains with just a very, very few small patches of snow right now are about to get dumped on tomorrow. If the forecast is correct, it's claiming it's gonna be 10 inches of snow. So I'm leaving here at 10. I hope I miss the big heavy snow dump. The Julian Alps are beautiful, and passing through the small towns and seeing the pretty churches made it feel like it was low-key Bavaria. I keep passing this church. I just had to get out and check it out. Wow, it's really pretty with the graveyard. Whoa. Wonder if it's open. Nope, locked tight. Let me see if I can get a pretty picture from down here. Look at this view. And let me just take a moment to say that I love Slovenia. The people are so nice. It's beautiful. It's easy to drive in, and there's just a relaxed feeling there. It is definitely one of my favorite countries in Europe. Remember to hit subscribe and the notification bell because in the next video, we're going to start making our way south to the Vipava Valley, a beautiful wine region in Slovenia, and we'll go to another abandoned place, a village this time. And you'll really start to see what driving in the Balkans is like and how I accidentally ended up in another country that wasn't on my itinerary. See you next time.